That's right, wrestling bitches. I've got theme music this week. Welcome back to episode 2 of Between the Ropes. You hear that sweet, sweet theme music I got going on? What's up, everybody? Joining me once again, the man, the myth, the legend, my tag team partner, Jeff, don't call me Dunham, Huffman.
What's going on?
What's going on, Pally?
I'm still a little upset about the Cardinals.
For those of you who do not know, Jeff Huffman resides in St. Louis and is a fan of all St. Louisery type of things.
Yes, I am. Blues won 6-1 tonight, though, so
Yep.
I'm doing a little better because it was a pretty awful sports week here.
I'm from Chicago. How do you think I feel? So yeah, believe me, I understand.
You got the Hawks and the Bears, though.
The Bears. That's not really something to be hanging my hat on right now, unfortunately. We're like 3-3 or something.
That's okay. We're 1-4,
That's true.
And we're a one-half team.
That's true. I could be the Rams. That's very true. That's very true.
At least I've seen a Super Bowl title. At least I've seen one.
Yeah. It's been a while for me as well, but still, hey, you won it more recently than I have. But check it out, man. So what's been going on? You been watching wrestling this week?
Of course.
All right, yeah. You almost slept through the show. What's up with that?
Yeah, I was just sitting here watching some highlights, and I just got a quick jab to the face and was out for about 15 minutes.
Well, you know what happens, if you fall asleep on me and guys like the Iron Sheik.
I'm going to fuck your ass, and then you're going to be humble.
That's right.
I can beat the fuck out of you with the bottom of my little finger.
He could beat the fuck out of you with his little finger.
I beat the fuck out of you.
Fair enough.
Were you able to hear all those sound effects?
No, I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
I got you reacting to things that you couldn't even hear. Are you serious? That's weird.
Oh, man.
I think it picked it up on the thing, but no big deal. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's jump into the show before we lose all of our audience members. My God, this is already a train wreck. So SmackDown, let's start with that since it was the most recent thing that has happened. Did you watch the great Friday Night SmackDown this week?
I did.
My biggest takeaways from it right off the bat, man, God damn, Seth Rollins can go. And especially when he's in there with a guy like Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm still not sure on his mic ability, which I gotta admit is getting better. I was really
it is
worried
getting
about
better.
It at first.
It is getting better. I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, I was, and now I'm seeing this charisma that he has, and he's starting to get more comfortable, and he's really starting to roll.
He jumped in with the "You sold out" chants.
Yeah, he did. I like that, and the way he was just antagonizing the fan. I think he could be a really good heel down the line. He needs a little bit more time, of course, but I mean they're still young.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be the face of the group when they were first put together. When they broke up, originally they wanted him to be the face, but he makes a damn good heel.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's got that good look about him, and yeah, he works well. He's good in the ring. My God, he had a great match with Ziggler this week on SmackDown. It was quite a match.
Did.
Ziggler can. I don't know if Ziggler's capable of having a bad match, to be completely honest.
No. I
just,
don't understand. I don't understand why that guy doesn't get pushed. I don't get it.
I think him being undersized has a lot to do with it. I think he still draws a lot of resentment because of how he busted into the business, being part of the Spirit Squad and all.
Yeah.
I think that still haunts him. I was thinking about the same question during the match. I was like, man, why is this guy not higher on the card? And he's been losing this week, too. He lost to Randy Orton and Seth Rollins this week.
I loved that RKO.
That was a great RKO. He lost both those matches this week cleanly. basically cleanly. And it makes you wonder, what are they doing with the guy? Well, he's the Intercontinental Champion, and I think they're just kind of telling people this is their way of saying, hey, we got him here, but we're not going to put him here. We're not going to put him way up the ladder. Right. He's still going to lose to the top guys in the company, and that's okay. There was a time when the Intercontinental Championship meant that you were the next guy in line, but you would still lose these type of matches. I think it's okay. It's not a big deal. He's lost so much before, it's not going to hurt him that much,
Yeah, and they always make him look competitive with the guys.
And that's a big thing, the fact that he always looks competitive, that he always looks like he's in
like
it.
Like he comes up just short of beating him, yeah.
Yeah, I think that helps. It's part of his routine, part of his shtick. He goes hard on everything. My God, I don't know how he doesn't get more injured more often. But I think he's proving to the brass and to everyone backstage that he could stay healthy. And I see big things. I think it's going to be – people have been saying this for the last couple of years, but I think this next 12-month period is going to be a real big period for Dolph Ziggler. So we'll see. But, yeah, the match was really good. Rollins was fantastic again. That curb stomp is quickly becoming one of my favorite finishers.
Yeah, I was kind of iffy on it at first, but it's growing on me.
It's definitely growing. I like it a lot. Let's see here. The Divas match, we had more. What do you think about this whole AJ thing rebelling against the entire Divas locker room? Where do you think this is building?
You know what? I really don't know, but as long as AJ's on my TV, I'm gonna be happy. So
yeah. AJ and Paige, as long as they keep those two.
Yeah.
There. I feel this is a way to build up Charlotte, believe it or not. I think that AJ is feuding basically with the entire locker room because right now she's saying, I have no friends here in the Divas division. And I think eventually
that's a good idea.
She's going to pull up somebody from NXT, and the most likely person is Charlotte. And when she comes up, I see her like instantly turning on AJ and becoming part of this Paige group with Alicia Fox, which would be awesome because Charlotte looks like a heel.
See, I don't have the WWE Network. I haven't paid that $9.99. Which, if you didn't watch SmackDown, they have a song for that now.
Yeah, $9.99. Yeah.
I started dying laughing.
Yeah, my soul dissipates a little bit every time I hear that song. I agree.
But yeah, I haven't seen her on NXT, but I heard she's absolutely incredible.
She is. I agree. Yeah, she really is. She's very good. She's got this look about her. She's big, too. She's really tall, and she has a good frame to her. You see so much of Ric Flair in her. I mean, my God. You see so much of her daddy. And
I mean, you would think, since she's her daughter.
Yeah, and legitimate
she's his daughter.
Yeah. And you just you see it. And, like, some people, like, I don't see any Jim Neidhart in Natalya at all, like, ever. So it's not always so cut and dry where you're going to see the father and the daughter, but I see it in Charlotte. And not only do I see it in her looks, but I see it in her ability. I think she's got something real special. She could be a really big star. It just all depends on how they use her, as with anything.
Yeah, Naomi's good in the ring too.
I don't know. She's athletic. I calling her good. I don't know if I could go with you on
I
that
think
route.
She's a solid. I don't think she's on the level of AJ or Paige, but
no, she's super athletic. I'll give her that. I mean, super athletic. But she's also very sloppy. Like her, she especially when she does those real timing moves like that rear end where she jumps in there her timing's really not there yet. But I think she can be something. I definitely see that. So after that, we had some backstage vignettes, and then the Wyatt family yet again.
Those are incredible. Those promos are incredible.
Where is it going? Jeez.
I don't know, but whoever's doing those promos, give that dude a raise.
That's something that WWE usually has been able to do really well is these backstage vignettes when you go back historically, especially the darker themed one. Remember, I know you were like 4 when these came out, but the Mankind vignettes, like the original Mankind promos, were fantastic. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God!
I don't believe I.
You need to go YouTube these because they're so good. It's him in a basement, a dirty, dark basement, sitting there with a rat named George, talking to. Oh, it's amazing. They're so good. They're so good. And because of when it was, 96, 97, you still remember him as Cactus Jack. He had just stopped being Cactus Jack.
Yeah, he's like going through all like 4 different characters.
He ends up having a whole bunch of different sides to him. But at the time, he just left ECW, and it wasn't even all that long before that he had left WCW. And he comes over, and you see him in this mask, sitting in a basement, holding a rat, talking about how, basically saying what Bray Wyatt is saying now in a lot of ways. And it really is. Those promos are so good. But these are really, really good as well. And I like how they're releasing Rowan and Harper onto the singles competition. I think that could be really good.
Right, they're like kind of separating them, but keeping them together.
Yeah, they're
at the
keeping
same
the
time.
family as a whole, but we're not going to see them together as much. Yeah, I like that. I think it's time.
Yeah.
Let these guys go. And Bray, it's more for Bray's benefit than anyone else, I think, because Bray really needs to be free of them so he can take the next step.
Even Luke Harper, I think.
Yeah. Rowan, I'm not completely sure about because he just reminded me of like a giant baby mongoloid. But Harper's got something.
Yeah.
Harper's creepy. Yeah. He's creepy as fuck. He really is. But a lot of fun. And there's a lot of interesting things they can do with them. So it'll be interesting to see how they go in that route. After that was basically when the night started to take a turn for me. I was getting irritated. I mean, really, really starting to get irritated after the 6-man tag. The 6-man tag was fine. It's the same 6-man tag we see every Raw and every SmackDown. So it's kind of not even worth talking about, to be honest, because it's the same match.
I love Mizdow. I laugh every time I see him.
I agree. I love Mizdow's too, but it's the same thing now. It's like, okay, they need to take this another step up there because the 6-man tag, the same 6 guys basically, every single time is starting to kind of it's grating on my nerves just a little bit.
Yeah.
But after that is when I got irritated. This Big Show Mark Henry suck job. Did you see this shit?
Yeah, I saw it.
Big Show and Henry basically fucking did a 69 in the ring for about 4.5 minutes where they just sucked each other off. And right before they're about to just lay a brick in each other's mouths, Rusev came out and basically said, "Why don't you hug?" Oh, no, was it JBL? I think it was JBL who said, "Why don't you guys just hug and get it over with?" That was great. I love JBL. He's been having gold
I do too.
lately. But yeah, it's like, who gives a shit? I mean, I don't care about Show. I really don't care about Henry. I was, and then... bleh. And then Rusev comes out and just like says the same shit he says every week. I'm like, Jesus. Talk about
Big Show, I will crush you.
I will crush you.
I must break you.
I must break you. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, Show and Rusev had a damn good match. On Raw. It was.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was a pretty damn good match. And then this week, it was insane. It's just like, I think Rusev just needs to go completely insane, be the Iron Sheik, because that's basically who everyone thinks he is anyway, and just come out and just be like,
I fucked your wife, I fucked your daughter, and I fucked your son.
I know you can't hear it, but I played it anyway. I know you couldn't hear it, but I played it anyway. That's okay. You'll hear it in post, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's hilarious. Too bad I couldn't hear it, asshole." I don't know what I'm doing.
Sometimes when I'm upset, I'll go to the Iron Sheik's Twitter, and I'll instantly start laughing.
Yeah, because he's insane. Because he's absolutely insane. So after the Henry Show suckfest, Nikki Bella beats Naomi real quick with her finisher. It was like a 2.5-minute match. I just like
Nikki Bella did look good.
I was about to say I just like looking at her. And I think the funny thing is I think Brie is just ugh. Nikki, I'm like, Brie, I'm like, oh. I don't know why. I know they're twins. But they
I
don't
mean, you
look
can
the same.
clearly tell a difference.
Oh yeah. Nikki eats, Brie starves herself. There's the difference. Jesus, I mean, Brie is what Nikki would look like if Nikki had AIDS. Just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know if that's
Or
politically
Ebola.
correct, but I don't give a shit. So the main event, Dean Ambrose versus Kane. Now, before I get into that, a little bit of wrestling news, just kind of this week or last week, within the last 10 days, Kane's newest movie came out. It was a sequel to his first horror movie, See No Evil. This was See No Evil 2. Have you had a chance to check this movie out yet?
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
Are you a horror movie guy?
No, but I'll get into this weird phase where I'll just watch a bunch of horror movies in like a short period of time.
Well, if you enjoy horror movies at all, or if anybody out there loves horror movies, do yourself a favor and go get See No Evil 2, because, I mean, it is
Is it really
fucking
good?
amazing. I'm a horror movie fanatic, and I kind of like See No Evil. See No Evil 2 is the movie that should have been. It is
Really?
fantastic. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good.
See, I'm more into the scary games.
Well, this one.
Have you ever played Outlast?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
I've been
God.
rocking survival horror since survival horror before it was cool.
I don't get scared either. And that game,
Well, because of my time downrange, I get spooked by loud noises, and when shit jumps out at you. So those kind of get me. Like when I play Resident Evil or whatever, and like the fucking Nemesis bursts through the wall, I'm like, God damn it! And I gotta go change my.
Yeah, if you guys are looking for a good scary game to play, go play Outlast.
Outlast, I agree with that.
It's a cheap game. It's a cheap game too. I actually got it for free, but thank you, PlayStation.
Right? Yeah. No, there's a lot of really good horror. That what was that new one that just came out? Evil Within. That looks
Evil
good.
Within. Yeah, I'm watching a dude do a playthrough on that. And I like the commercial they put up too of like people actually playing live and like freaking out.
I like that type
That
of
was
viral
really-
marketing.
I do too.
It's really, really good. It's good
But
stuff.
see, the problem is if they did that with Call of Duty, you'd have people flipping chairs and throwing control.
Yeah, right. They can't do that. They can't show how insane their users are. My
Actually,
God.
they could just do that with me, and they'd be seeing that.
Right?
They'd see
yeah,
all
but you
that.
do that when you play hockey games. It's just like that's not just a Call of Duty.
I do that
thing.
when I play. I do that when I play any game.
That's what I'm saying. That used to be me back in the day. I used to bust controllers and shit, and it was bad. I probably went through like 7 PlayStation 1 controllers.
I think I've broken 2 controllers.
My God.
One on purpose. One on I didn't really mean to. I went up to just like throw my hands down, and I ended up spiking the controller.
It happens. It happens. Then you just blame the controller.
I did break a disc though.
Oh yeah, I've snapped a few discs. Just because there's no way to accidentally do it. You either chuck it against the wall or you snap it between your damn hands. It's just there's no middle ground.
I took Call of Duty Black Ops 2 out of my PlayStation 3 and threw it at the wall.
It's gratifying too when you smash against the wall like that because it just goes everywhere. I got hit in the eye once. Fucking, it was what was it? It was one of those Virtua baseballs back in like 98, 97 for PlayStation. Took it out. I was way too close to the wall and just chucked it and it went everywhere, hit me right in the fucking eye. And then my mom was like, "What happened?" I'm sitting there like, "My eye!" And she's like, "What'd you do?" I go, "I smashed a game." She goes, she just walks out of the room, idiot. I'm like, "Yeah, basically." I'm like, "Well, Mom, I gotta go to the hospital. My fucking eye." She's like, "Don't cuss and just drink water." I'm like, "Oh God, I'm not in the army yet." Yeah. So anyway, that's basically
sorry
there's
about
our
that.
little story on video games. But the main event of SmackDown, bringing it back to SmackDown for a moment so we can wrap SmackDown up. Dean Ambrose and Kane. I completely got off topic there. That's okay, though. It's fun. Dean Ambrose-Kane was an interesting match. Kane does need to retire, but when he's doing the rub, when he's giving the rub to guys like Ambrose, like he did in this match, I'm okay with it. I'm completely okay with it. And then the beatdown they put on Ambrose after the match, I was also okay with because Ambrose ended up getting a chair and even in the odds. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Where do you see this Ambrose Rollins thing going? How do you see it ending up at Hell in a Cell?
I don't really know. I think Rollins will find some way to squeak away with the win.
You think he's going to go over Ambrose at Hell in a Cell? Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
And then I think Ambrose will come here to St. Louis for Survivor Series and beat him here.
Yeah, here's my thing. I don't see. I think it's kind of going to work the opposite. They've
Potentially with the contract on the line, like Rollins will be like, "I'm tired of you. Like, get out of my life." And then
I
Ambrose
wouldn't be surprised if that happens before then. I would not be surprised. Like they called an audible last week and had the Ambrose Cena match there. I would not be surprised if on Monday Night Raw, Triple H comes out and something happens between Ambrose and Rollins where they end up putting the briefcase on the line at Hell in a Cell. It's a way to make it more interesting. I think the feud has to basically end because they need to start building the next feud, which I'm hearing is Rollins-Cena. Now, it also could be Orton-Rollins because Orton's supposed to make a face turn. But
yeah, he's kind of looks like it's heading that way with the way he's reacting with the crowd.
Yeah. Well, people want to say that it's because, the crowd wants to see him as a face. Nah, I don't think it is. I think because that fucking viral video got released where somebody superimposed Orton giving everybody on the internet an RKO.
Those are great.
They are fantastic. They are so good. They're like my favorite things to watch.
They also did one with Shawn Michaels where Yasiel Puig it was when he was playing the Cardinals. I forget who it was, just made Puig look stupid, and that's not very hard. But
no, not hard at all. But yeah, they could do the same thing with Michaels too. Yeah, they could have him super kick the entire internet.
I'd sit and watch that for hours.
I know, and these Orton videos are so well done. They're so funny. And the look that they have him on his face, I mean, they're ridiculous. I absolutely love
the audio in the background, too, is great.
And it's actually making me want to see Orton as a face again, which I hate Orton as a face. But if they can find a way to play this into it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I like Orton as a heel. I think he has more fun. I know he has more fun doing it.
Yeah, but he needs to be super heel. He needs to be like massively mega heel. You know what I mean?
Like back in 2009 when he was just kicking everybody's heads off.
Yes. Yeah, and that feud, when I think of Orton at his very best, it was when he was feuding with Triple H, when he kissed Stephanie in the ring and all that stuff.
Yeah, he raped Stephanie in the ring.
Great. He was like, I'm going to teabag her right in front of you, Hunter, and there's nothing you could do about it. Yeah, the Viper's balls. Yeah. Fucking creepy. He would give me creeps because I didn't know what he was going to do. He could have just kissed Stephanie, but would I have been surprised if he just mounted her? No, I would not have been surprised. I would have been like, oh my God, it happened. It happened. This is unbelievable. But yeah, so that basically wraps up SmackDown. But there's a few other things I wanted to talk about while I got you, because this show last week, it was basically just a review show. But what I have, my aspirations for Between the Ropes is more of a weekend review type show where we just kind of talk about the week that was and rumors and all that good stuff. So there's a couple things that I wanted to talk to you about since I got you on the line. And I figure we could start with TNA. I don't know how much you watch TNA, or if at all.
No, not at all.
So, we'll just roll with the punches then as well as you can. You're here for eye candy anyway. Just sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
If we're doing that, I'll just turn my camera off then.
No, don't do that. I'll lose viewership. You got to keep that shit on, man. If you could do a little dance, that'd be great. That'd be great. Not
I
for
am
me,
the whitest. I'm white. I'm white. I can't dance.
Can you show me where the gym is? I don't know if you're too young to know that bit, where you point.
Yep, too young.
Flex point, You can't see me
too young.
The flex point. Okay. Anyways, so TNA once again had a subpar show, once again had subpar ratings. This continues to happen. It's not going to stop happening. It's been happening for years. TNA it's circling the drain. Whether people want to admit it or acknowledge it or not, TNA is circling the drain, and I think let the dog fucking die. That's just me.
That's what happens when you write dog piss.
Absolutely. The product is not good. And it's not even the talent's fault because they got a lot of talented guys over there. A lot of talented guys.
Yeah, they book them completely wrong.
They book them terribly. They're 2000, 2001 WCW right now. You know, they've got a whole bunch of guys over there that are past their primes, but they were names. You know, they tried to do it before, it didn't work, and they're trying to do it again. A lot of WWE guys that kind of got over, sort of got over.
Right.
The only real main eventer that they really took from WWE was, and they didn't take him, it's because Vince said, I don't trust your work anymore because you're always getting hurt and I'm afraid you're going to die, is Kurt Angle. People can say Jeff Hardy was a champion. Yeah, Jeff Hardy
wasn't a main eventer in WWE.
Well, he
very,
was
very
WWE
briefly.
champion. He was WWE champion
Briefly.
for a little bit. But yeah, you're right. I would never consider Jeff Hardy as a main eventer. Was he a main event in popularity? Sure. Girls like to scream at him because he's a cute guy who jump off of high stuff. But a main event? No. Not Jeff Hardy. That's just my opinion. But, so yeah, they have these type of guys, and there's a lot of good talent there, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to book. They don't know how to run a company. So it's circling the drain. So what do you do when you're circling the drain?
I'm surprised they've lasted this long.
I am too. It's been around for like 12 years, which is really, really surprising. But what do you do when you're circling the drain and you're about to lose your TV deal? Oh, you make a big signing, and you make a huge announcement about your signing. But as you're doing that, you make sure everybody could go ahead and eliminate the only 3 guys that would make a difference. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a rumor going around this week that Dixie Carter, sometime in the next 10 days or so, is going to be announcing a major new signing to TNA. Now, all the reputable sources have already eliminated CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Jim Ross as possibilities of being signed.
They brought the bunny in. They brought the bunny.
That's right. That's right. They brought the bunny over. That's what happened. That'll put butts in the seats. So that's what we have. We know that they are. It's not going to be any of those 3 guys, and really, those are the only 3 guys that could do a damn thing for TNA. And I don't even know how much any of them could do. What are they going to do? Jim Ross? I like Jim Ross, and he could book backstage, but you can't have him on screen anymore. You can't have him as a commentator. I think his commentating went downhill for like past 6 or 7 years he was in WWE. I felt he's been out of his prime for a long time. I know I'm going to catch a lot of hatred over that. But how many times can you hear Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold before you just want to beat yourself in the head with a fucking bat? God, maybe.
I think I'd rather listen to JR than Michael Cole.
Well, yeah, just because somebody else sucks doesn't mean just because I'm eating shit doesn't mean I'd rather eat, a different flavor of shit. Well, maybe dog shit tastes better than human shit. Yeah, that's not what look, I'll go eat a steak. Let me go have a steak. Now, granted, there is no steak to eat in the commentating world, but still, I think, you can't substitute one piece of shit for another and be satisfied. Is that where we are as a society? Where it's like, they both suck, but if I'm going to have shit, I'm going to have this flavor of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's where we are. That's kind of a sad indoctrination of our world. Well, I know I'm going to eat dog shit, but maybe I'll try Rottweiler dog shit today.
It seems like what the Rams are going for.
Right. So those 3 are not going to be joining TNA. So that leaves the question: well, who's left? Or are they gonna try to get Goldberg over there? No, that's not happening. The guy doesn't want to wrestle.
Have him break his hip in his first match.
Right.
Or walking down the ramp.
So the logic points to Alberto Del Rio. That makes sense. However, there's a problem. He's not a big name. Del Rio was forced upon us in WWE. He barely got over, and really, he was one of those guys that when he did get over, it wasn't even because of him. People just wanted to say C because it was the fucking Spanish version of yes. They didn't give a shit about Del Rio. Hell, in the midst of his biggest point as a face, Dolph Ziggler comes in, takes the title from him, and everybody fucking turns on Del Rio because they were so happy to see Ziggler go over him.
I was too.
Yeah, I mean, and that was when Del Rio was supposed to be a face. That's the thing. That's crazy. Del Rio is not a savior, and he's like 43. He's like 40.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's old as shit. He's been around forever.
I'm Googling that right now.
He's in his 40s. I know that for certain. He might not be 43, but he's 41, 2, or 3. You will see that Dave is correct.
He's in his 40s. I don't believe that.
Oh, okay. You're about to see power of Dave.
I Google these guys all the time, too, to see how old. Well, that's because I don't care about Alberto Del Rio.
Look it up, baby. Look it up. Find out Dave is correct. Okay, I'm waiting on this one, because if I'm wrong, I'm really going to look like
he's 37.
Bullshit! No, he's not. He's in his 40s. Nope, now I'm Googling. No, he's not. I know he was 40. No fucking way.
Jose Alberto Rodriguez is a Mexican professional wrestler best known for his time with WWE under the ring name Alberto Del Rio, born May 25th, 1977.
Well, I said 37. I implied 37.
Mm-hmm.
That's close to 40. Close enough. Moving on. Alberto Del Rio's not going. You can't sign a 37-year-old and think he's going to be important.
I mean, he wasn't important in WWE. Every time he got on the mic, I just muted or turned something else on.
Basically. So there's only one guy left that makes sense, and he wouldn't be a signing as much as he would be a re-signing. All of the hoopla has been Kurt Angle going back to WWE. I don't think so. I think the signing is going to be Kurt Angle re-signing one final time, a 2-year contract with TNA, and then retiring, which is disastrous for everybody.
Yeah, that's a shame if that's who it really is.
It is, because Kurt Angle deserves to go out in WWE. He deserves to go out with a little bit of people giving a shit. And he's not going to get that in TNA. It hasn't worked the entire... He's been there since like 2006 or 2008 or something. And nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's accomplished nothing. People say, oh, his best work has been TNA. Bullshit. His best matches have not been in TNA. He's been working hurt. He's had nothing but personal problems since he's been in TNA. Granted, he's been sober for a year or 18 months. Good for Kurt Angle. But aside from that, I think it's been a disaster. He's tarnished his legacy over there because he was building a Hall of Fame career with the likes of some of the greatest of all times over in WWE.
What was his reasoning for leaving in the first place? I never looked into that.
It wasn't his call. Vince was basically at his wit's end with him because he knew that Kurt would not take time off to heal up. Kurt was so ravaged by injuries, and still is because he never heals. The guy just is perpetually hurt. You know, he's always working hurt, and Vince had enough of it. So, for medical reasons, he released him, and then lost his shit when like a month later he shows up on TNA television in a vignette. It was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And kind of burned his bridge right there. So apparently they were going back and forth, Kurt Angle and WWE now, and they were like, come back full time or not at all. And Kurt's like, well, now Kurt's playing the medical card. He's like, oh, I don't think my body could handle a full-time schedule. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You're telling me that you're Kurt Angle and you can't work a deal like Chris Jericho has? Like Rob Van Dam has? Are you kidding me? You want me to believe that shit? I don't think so. They could work something out if they really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, if Rob Van Dam, who's like the Jennifer Aniston of wrestling, they just get better with age.
Yep. And Angle, working with the right guys, could still have great matches. So I pose you this question. If you're running TNA and you could make any move, what would it be? How do you save this company? Let's try to give them some advice right now because I don't know. How do you save TNA?
Well, I mean, I don't know what JR is going to give me. Stone Cold's not going to be able to get in the ring.
Yep.
I'd say if you could somehow get CM Punk, somehow,
Yeah.
even though he won't because he knows they'll misuse him.
Yeah.
Because if WWE's not going to use him right, what makes you think he's going to go to TNA?
Yeah. You know what? And there's another aspect to this, too. Let's just say for some reason CM Punk did want to wrestle again, which there's no indication that he does. He likes going to Blackhawks games. He likes living his life, and that's it. If he were to go with TNA, what would happen to AJ?
That's a good question.
They might actually decapitate her in the ring. I mean, it would be ugly. They punish people. We know this. We see it all the time. Could you imagine what they would do to poor AJ if Punk showed up on TNA? My God.
I don't know what they'll do to her, but they better watch what they do because they're going to have some very angry fans who might jump the rail.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, they had their chance. They had their chance about 4 years ago before Brock Lesnar came back to the WWE 3 years ago, whenever he came back and started working matches periodically. They had their chance because they were in talks with Paul Heyman. And had they been able to get Paul Heyman to come over, that could have been changing for TNA. Because Heyman's that good at what he does.
But TNA they're full of it. They're a bunch of idiots. So
Dixie has no idea what she's doing. She said, "Here, Hogan. Here, Bischoff. Take the keys. Save my company." Didn't work.
Flair.
Yeah, Flair. Yeah, Flair. Not only Flair. Let's put you back in the ring too, Rick. My God.
I didn't watch any of his stuff in the ring. I think I did watch a little bit of the show where Flair debuted on TNA.
It was a joke. It was an absolute joke.
And then they had that whole thing with the two groups where it was 69 on 69.
Yeah, it's retarded. I'm you know what? I'm bored just talking about TNA. We've gone long on this show already, so let's wrap it up with this. What was the best match you saw all week?
The best match I saw all week. Oh, I liked Ziggler and Orton on Raw.
Yeah, that was a good match. That was you know what? I'm gonna surprise people here. I'm gonna go.
I actually did like the triple threat tag too. I actually did like that.
Oh, that was a good match. But I'm gonna go with a shocker.
All right.
I'm gonna say Ambrose and Cena was the best match I saw all week. The contract on a pole match, and it had nothing to do with the in-ring work, which was not great, but the outside stuff with the authority, the finish, it was all executed. And you know what? It did something we don't always get to see. It advanced a critical storyline, because this is what it was. Everybody thought that it was going to lead to Cena, taking a spotlight from Ambrose. You know what Cena really did? He gave him the rub. And then he did it again on SmackDown where he said, "I'm going to give you veteran respect." Yeah, he did it in douchey Cena fashion, but he gave the rub to somebody. He did it. He finally did it. Cena gave the rub. Good on you, fucking Cena, you fucking pretty boy Boston asshole. Oh. So, yeah, that about does it. I think we put this show to bed quite nicely. You got plugs? You got places where the folks out there could reach you?
Yeah, if you want to, I got a YouTube channel myself. It's youtube.com/GrandSlam87. I play all kinds of sports games, MLB, NHL. I don't really want to play Madden anymore because the Rams suck right now, and EA keeps making them worse every week. I'm holding out till Chris Long comes back.
Chris Long will save my season.
He will. This defense will turn around when he comes back. I guarantee it.
Damn good player. Hey, we got his brother on the Bears, and he's a hell of an offensive lineman. So.
Yeah, I didn't realize he would have this much of an impact.
He did.
I also play Call of Duty and Battlefield, and some of the videos I put up, I scream and cry. So if you're into that sort of thing, go on, check that out. But I'll talk about all the major sports and stuff. Also, if you want to find me on Twitter, it's also at GrandSlam87. It's actually been going off pretty much the whole show. I see it in the top right corner of my computer here. And if you want to play with, if you want to find me on PlayStation 4, you want to play some games, my PlayStation ID is also at GrandSlam87. Very simple.
And you also do a little show every Sunday with one of our good friends over at Shop from the Point.
Yes, I join Tommy C and Jake Link on Shop from the Point Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, you can also check me out on that channel weekdays, Monday through Thursday, at now the new time of 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for me and Tommy C in the crease with Tommy C, a little morning ice. You can also find me on the Joe Cronin Show on Mondays and on pay-per-views, which we should be coming back this Monday. And, of course, on Monetize This on Wednesday nights. So if you need more Dave and Jeff, there is plenty of us to go around all over the interwebs. Make us famous, guys. Help us out. Click, like, subscribe. Show us a little bit of love. Thank you for the support last week, by the way. My crappy little channel that has nobody on it did quite well in hits. I'm like, because I'm an idiot, 78, 80 views. I'm like, that's fantastic for us. That's great. For a first show, first episode, I was really happy with that. And I hope that we're entertaining a few of you guys out there. So keep coming on back. We'll keep getting better. We'll clean up the videos. Got anything else for him, Jeff?
No, that's pretty much it.
Just sit there and look pretty, baby. That's all you really need. So that's it, guys. Thanks for checking us out once again, and we'll see you next week. Yeah, we're going to end with the audio again. But you can't hear, Jeff. But you can't hear.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Tony and Carrier retweeting his favorite thing. Jesus. Okay, here's where